Hola, clase. For the past couple weeks, we've been talking about two brand new topics, time and reflexive verbs. And this week, we're going to put them together and make them work together. It's been a real big bummer for me because I love teaching both of these topics to you guys in person, and I haven't been able to do that, but I am very proud of how a lot of you are doing with these topics, so please keep up the great work. I'm just going to review time, and then I'm going to go ahead and review the reflexive verbs again today, and like I said, we're going to put them together this week as we close out the school year here. So again, when we talk about time, we're going to use the verb ser in order to talk about what time it is right now. So that's when you would say son las dos, it's 2 o'clock, or es la 1:30, it's 1:30. We use es to refer to a time that starts with 1 o'clock. So they give you some examples: 1 o'clock, 1:15, 12:45, because you're subtracting from 1, and 1:30. We use son for any other time of the day because we see it as plural. So son las 12 menos 15, son las 8:30, son las 6:15, so on and so forth. Here's where things really start to heat up, and it's very different than what we're used to. So in Spanish, we add minutes to the hour using the word y, which means and. So from 1 minute past to 30 minutes past, we're adding to the hour using the word y, or and. What makes it difficult, and what some of us struggled with, is that when it's 31 minutes past to 59 minutes past, we subtract from the next hour using the word menos. So here are some examples right here. 1:45 would be son las 2 menos 15. Dos, because 2 o'clock is the next time, the next hour, and it takes 15 minutes to get there. So the whole answer is son las 2 menos 15. 2 minus 15 minutes is 1:45. 4:46 would be son las 5 menos 14. All right, so again, 5 is the next hour. How many minutes is it going to take to get to 5? 14. So the whole answer is son las 5 menos 14. 2:57. Okay, 3 is the next hour. How many minutes is it going to take to get to 3? Son las 3 menos 3. 3 minutes. All right, and the last one, 7:34. Son las 8 menos 26. 8 o'clock is the next hour. It's going to take us 26 minutes to get to that hour. So we're going to subtract 26 from 8. All right. Just a few vocab type things. If it's in the morning, you're going to say de la mañana. If it's in the afternoon, you're going to say de la tarde. The evening, de la noche. If we're talking about noon, 12 p.m., it's es el mediodía. And if we're talking about midnight, it's es la medianoche. 30 minutes past, you could either use 30, which is the word for 30, or you could use media, which would be like us saying half past in English. 15 minutes, again, you can use the word quince, which is the word for 15, or you could use cuarto, which is like saying a quarter after. And then 45 would be menos quince, minus 15, or menos cuarto if you want to say a quarter till. If you want to say that something happens at a certain time, you're going to say a las whatever time you want to talk about. All right, this next page has a few different examples of times that you could look at to kind of get your bearings straight. But again, really make sure you're paying attention to those ones where we're subtracting, because those seem to be the ones where we were struggling the most. So that was time. Then we moved into reflexive verbs. All right, and reflexive verbs do work like we've been doing with verbs all year long, but there's just a slight little difference. So I'm going to re-go through these, and then we'll be done for today. So reflexive verbs are verbs that indicate that the subject does something to or for itself, meaning that the subject reflects the action of the verb back at itself. So a lot of those words that we use to get ready in the morning, you're not only doing the action, you're also receiving the action. So for example, I brush my own teeth. It would be really weird if someone else brushed my teeth for me. If someone else brushed my teeth for me, it would not be a reflexive verb. But since I brush my teeth myself, like a normal person, then I am using a reflexive verb. I'm doing the action, and I'm also receiving the action as well. There's a pronoun attached to reflexive verbs, and so you have to figure out how to take that off, put the verb in the right form, and then bring that pronoun back out to the front based on the subject. So I'll give you some examples of words that are reflexive. So like lavarse means to wash oneself. Levantarse means to lift oneself up. We use that when we talk about getting up in the morning. Peinarse means to comb oneself, and ponerse you can use to put on oneself, like you're putting on clothes. So I broke up the word ponerse down here. Pon is the stem, okay? Nothing happens. You have heard the word stem this year, and we talked about stem changers, but nothing's going to happen to the stem. The next section that you see are those ending letters, ER, AR, or IR, those same ending letters that you've seen all year long. That last part is the reflexive pronoun, and that's what we don't need to worry about at first. The reflexive pronoun does change, though, depending on the subject. So if it's yo, okay, and I want to say I brush my teeth, I would say me cepillo los dientes. If I want to say you brush your teeth, I'm going to put te in the front and say te cepillas los dientes. If I want to say he or she or usted, you formal, brush your teeth, I'm going to use se cepilla. If I want to say you and I brush our teeth, I would say nos cepillamos los dientes. And then finally, if I want to say they, ellos or ellas, or ustedes, you all, plural, brush your teeth, I would say se cepillan. All right. Down here is how we talk about putting that verb in the right form. So the first thing you need to do when you look at a sentence is determine what is the subject. The subject for this sentence is yo. Okay, it's a subject pronoun, what we've been doing all year long. The next thing I tell you to do is take that se off of the verb ducharse, okay, which you can see ducharse right here. You're going to take that se off and you're going to stick it in your pocket, meaning that you're not seeing it, but you're not forgetting about it either. You're going to take the se off at the end of the verb. That just leaves duchar. Then you're going to put duchar in the right form. If the subject's yo, I'm just going to drop the AR and add an O, just like I've done all year long. So it leaves me with ducho. But I cannot forget that I stuck that pronoun in my pocket, and I've got to pull it back out to the front and put it in the right form. So again, if it's ducho, the yo form, I've got to look up here to this chart to figure out, okay, what pronoun do I put in front? And the answer is may, because again, that subject was yo. So if you want to say, I shower myself, you would say me ducho. All right? So if you have any questions on this, please feel free to email me. I do a live Zoom session every day at 2 o'clock. You can always pop on and ask how to work something out, and I will help you. Today you're going to do quizzes as a review of both time and reflexive verbs, and then tomorrow and Thursday we're going to kind of finish up this study by putting this all together into one final assignment. Again, I hope if you have any questions, please let me know. I hope you guys have a great day.